Welcome back, everybody, here to your coverage of the International 3. We are here for the group stages. I am Toby1.
Sickest match of today, and I am Wagamama.
Yes. Sick being a good kind of sick,
Yes.
like not one of the bad kind of sicks.
And
looks like too we got to jump ourselves out of the game and back into the lobby again.
Yes.
Looks like one of our spectators struggles to actually launch. You know what it gives us time to do, man?
Yeah. Talk about this game.
That's a good thing to do.
Yes.
Because it's what we do.
People will talk about this game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. IG going up against Alliance, man. The TI2 champions going up against what most people probably would have pinned to be this TI3 champion.
Yeah.
Alliance.
I think they are the favorites for this TI for sure. Like, just looking at how strong they've been this year. So, this game, this is only a group stage, but it's still really important to do well in the group stage to secure yourself a nice playoff. So, these teams, I don't expect them to hold back at all towards each other here. But it is, of course, two best of ones that they play and not really a longer series. So that does change a little bit, I guess.
It does a little bit, but it doesn't change the importance of all these matches. So there's going to be very little that these guys will be like, yeah, you know what, we'll just have an easy time.
There's no holding back.
The funny thing is, you see actually up on our screen right now, these guys have faced up against each other once before.
Yes.
And we remember that match.
One time.
1-0 is the winning ratio. So Alliance, the only time these guys have managed to win.
But to be entirely fair to IG, they were in pretty bad shape during G1 League. They were not doing good overall during that tournament, and that's the only time they played against Alliance. So for IG, I think that they might show Alliance some real strength in this game. And if not, then we will see how it goes in the next game.
Let's actually have a look to it as well, where the positions are for the teams. Because obviously we've been going through our group stage. It's a pretty long way. We haven't done a proper summary of this, but we want to see where IG as well as Alliance currently stand. And it looks like they are, well, I wouldn't say they're the only team which is undefeated. There's actually one other team there with them, and that's Tongfu, who's already gone 3-0. And IG and Alliance, they're right next to them, 2-0 so far. Yeah,
both of them being 2-0, so one of these teams gonna have to lose. That's how it works. And
that's true, man. But IG, like, their first game was up against Rattlesnake. That wasn't too shabby, because we were casting Alliance's first game as well when they went up against LGD International.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we all, for all the people out there who are tuning into the live stream, we know how that one went down.
Yeah, and Alliance, of course, they did not look weak at all during that game. And looking over to the draft now, we see that Lone Druid has been let through towards Alliance, but they also gave away the OD towards IG.
They did, man. And it's like, we've seen it so far, like Rattlesnake gave high priority to both the Razor as well as the OD. So they get the OD this time, but it's the same thing as we saw in our last game with the OD. Admiral Bulldog, we just like Lone Druid, solo mid.
Pretty much.
Done.
And he is better at getting those roots when he needs them, I would say. But we did get to see Dandy's first official Syllabare game.
That is true. That is true.
At least in Dota 2.
I don't think you'll ever want to play the hero ever again. What was it? Was that the tweeted out directly after, or was like you got a message basically saying like I can't root for?
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. He is not amazing at rooting, and we actually see a little bit of Quantic-ish pick here.
It is
with both OD and Treant going the way of IG.
Yeah, that it is, man. But do they do the combination like both Quantic as well as IC Cup like to run, which is the Treant Protector and the Weaver long lane? So they have this protection for this crazy off-laner. Or do they go down a different line? Do we still say, well, a little bit more of a crazy off-laner, but maybe someone like Bounty Hunter, who could get caught out by Naga Siren or someone like that, but with the help of Treant Protector, we'll be able to survive and be able to dodge.
Bounty Hunter is a very survivable hero for sure, and having the Treant armor on him, he becomes really much of a nuisance. But it's hard to say what they want to put on the offlane if they want to. I definitely feel that they want to have this Treant Protector safe laning and just abusing the jungle. That's how you really put this hero to good use. So they should be careful about Alliance going for an aggressive lane, and that's probably why they removed the Keeper of the Light, such a strong tri-laner with a Naga Siren. And even if you run both of them as support, you can have a third hero being the carry, such as Gyrocopter, for example, would be really easy to run there. But they want to be careful about the aggressive tri-lane because Treant is not very strong against it.
No, he is not. And Naga Siren is just like, It's the beauty of an aggressive tri-lane.
Yeah. And again, we see this Racer being banned out.
Mm-hmm. It's people are thinking about it all the time, man. Have we actually got through a single game where Razor hasn't been banned? I think we got through one.
One game where he was, well, maybe two, but
I'm wondering right now if he's been banned more than Wisp.
yes, so far yes.
Damn it, my compendium!
So that's kind of funny. Or at least as much, yes. But that's only for our games. We don't know. Some of the teams don't seem to care at all about the Racer, but Rattlesnake cared a lot about them, banning him in 3 out of 4 games, and IG banning it here against Alliance.
And all right, so Alliance, pick time. You banned the Weaver, so they are thinking the same thing as I was. Same with the Darkseid too. Another off lane in which Stream Protector we are synergized nicely with. And of course, Darkseid would go nicely with the OD.
Giving away the Weaver when the enemy team already has OD and Treant is something we saw people do against Quantic, and people quickly learned their lesson in the European scene that, okay, maybe not, you know, it's not fun to lose your lanes this hard. It's, you know, sometimes losing lanes is okay to then play out of it, but losing that hard is not fun. And it is gonna be a gyrocopter, so... And we see an early Timbersaw. That is, of course, a hero that can offlane with this Treant armor, and he pretty much has to when you pick him like this. You don't want to have him safe lane farming. It's decent, but doesn't really pay off.
Well, teams in Europe, I know, mix him up a lot. Like, we've even seen like aggressive tri-lanes with him. You're right that he can go solo off with the Treant Protector armor, because you're not going to kill him. Like, with the reactive armor plus the Treant Protective armor, if you can get through Timbersaw and actually kill him off, you deserve the kill.
Yes, and normally I would say that Timbersaw is not as good offlaner as people make him out to be. People who play a lot of pubs against him and notice how imbalanced he is, because he's really strong if you don't know what you're doing. But against any coordinated team such as Alliance and IG, they will know how to shut out a hero on the lane. But with the Treant armor as well, it's hard for one hero alone, like the Crystal Maiden or Naga, to go up and solely harass away a Timbersaw. It is not something you do easily, so...
No. And when you get a Crystal Maiden now and Naga Siren up in Alliance, this almost doesn't look like it's going to be that. Like, this looks like Lone Druid is still in the middle lane, but a solo Gyro on top up against a Timbersaw could be the option. Could be Gyro on the bottom lane with the Crystal Maiden and Naga Siren. That's a lot of hold, a lot of damage which can be done. If you catch Stream Protector even slightly out of position, a Crystal Maiden goes Frost Nova or the Bite, and then you got Naga Siren in there with Riptide too. They will destroy Treant Protector very quickly, and as well as Visage too. Like, Visage comes down there as a bit more of a deterrent, but it's still 2 heroes that require levels, and Treant Protector requires levels really fast after that nerf to his living armor.
Yeah, these picks from IG, they all... It's not one hero being able to carry, but all of these heroes are such strong playmakers when I look over to them. And of course, the only exception being OD is not really as strong at playing around and killing people, but he is one hell of a strong laner. So IG's draft looks really, really well composed for taking the fights, whereas Alliance, they do have that power of having the anti-farm button. You press the ulti on your Naga Siren and the fight is gone. It's not a fight anymore. And you back out. And they can play the smarter game. And they definitely have the more reliable carry power. Having a Lone Druid and a Gyrocopter already. Even a support like Naga Siren deals a lot of minus armor, making it even easier to carry. So let's see what Alliance gonna remove as their 5th ban.
I'm interested too, because like, how do you ban against this kind of lineup? You can't take out mid solos. You can only take out like a harder carry.
It should be a carry, and then they decided to remove the snowball carry of Unero, because if they get some momentum and keep going with the healing ward up and start taking towers, that could be very dangerous. Is what Alliance seem to be thinking.
Queen of Pain.
She hasn't been played at all, but she's been banned a lot in our games. So she doesn't get any games, and let's see what S4 is actually going to play because his hero has not been picked.
No, it hasn't, unless he's taking that Gyro, but it's highly unlikely. Because Lone Druid is still going to go that solo mid, so you're saying it's going to be RK on the Gyro, EGM on the Crystal Maiden, or vice versa?
I'm not entirely sure it's going to be Gyro support. I think it's going to be a Gyro carry and a Naga support. So I would say Loda on the Gyrocopter. It's going to be S4 on Viper most likely. And Viper can actually solo lane against the OD, so they don't even have to send the Lone Druid mid. But I think the Lone Druid is still a little bit stronger against him. It's pretty much the same, but of course that's gonna be S4's hero and Admiral Bulldog. We don't even need to say it. So
Yeah.
let's see what IG are gonna pick as their last hero.
10
And they need a
seconds
carry. They need something. There's so much right click on Alliance
5
right now.
seconds remaining.
Feels almost like they only have right click heroes, but Gyro, Viper, Naga
Reserve
all have
time.
really useful spells as well.
Let's go for agility here, so no wonder, man. No wonder. Faith, last hero selection. Now they know when they're up against a Viper, they're going to be up against this really annoying poison, this really annoying slow as well, even with Visage with its high movement speed steel. And Timbersaw with his Timber Chain can get himself in and out very, very quickly. Trent may be able to hide them. Same with OD's Imprisonment can save heroes from what could be impending doom.
Yes.
But Spectre will be their choice.
That's the carry. And again, this is a perfect game for Spectre to carry. Having her play this role against not a single strength hero. There's, of course, the Lone Druid, who's a tanky version of an agility hero. But this is the type of heroes that you want to carry against with Spectre. And who better to do it than Show?
Yeah, Joe, man, his farm rate is wonderful
He
to
loves
watch.
his Spectre as well. Like, he really does, so. YYF playing the Timbersaw. This draft is so exciting from IG. Like, even though they have the very boring OD and Treant Protector as 2 first picks, they make up for it by adding both the Timbersaw and the Spectre, which are, to me, entertaining heroes. And even more so coming out of Alliance, playing the Viper. And this looks to me like a safe lane Viper. He doesn't look like a solo
Prepare
mid.
for battle.
What is that bear?
That's some new bear.
That is most definitely a new bear.
So I guess that the bear is...
He's also got the Cauldron upgrade, obviously. There's no way he would pass that one out.
Spirit of the Atniv. Okay, and
A rare summon.
it's some set, and he has 2 of the items. Apparently it's a full set for his Lone Druid if he gets
all right, we've instantly got to, like, everybody tweet out to the Alliance and say if you can give Admiral Bulldog the full set, so we can complete his set. But we'll get to have those fun entangle animations at least. The Cauldron, the most sought after item after being the worst sought after item. But Abaddon's item is the second one now.
30 seconds.
Alright, so
to
RK,
battle.
EGM, and Loader. It will be an aggressive trial lane for them. They're all heading down low, so they'll be the CM, the Naga, as well as the Gyro together.
That
with
is-
solo mid Admiral Bulldog. And look at his build too. He's already going in for gloves,
Yeah.
putting up the blades of attack in his bear to start with. And then S4 will be the solo top. He will be going up against YYF, who takes the Timbersaw north, and Ferrari 430, OD solo mid. And EGM already won't have a bit of a look, and he'll find Joe on the high ground if they're going to throw down an Observer Ward. Right now it's the Radiant side, and a nice little denial from Chuan, who's taking up the role as the Visage down there. Just came into the easy camp and just denies it off, and that
And he
leaves
goes-
Faith as the last one.
He goes Soul Assumption first because he knows that the enemy is going to initiate on him. So he doesn't need to have the Grave Chill for any reason. They don't need to initiate. They know that the enemy will come to them. So there was a ward placed behind IG's tower.
It's an interesting position too, with the vision that it gives a very clear-cut line down here, but it's not one of those things you'll always be able to de-ward out, especially if you're trying to get it inside the tree line. So everybody, it seems, in the on Join Dota believes the Alliance will win. I'm starting to believe I own Join Dota. No, the entire Join Dota website is slightly EU biased.
Slightly. Just
Slightly. I don't blame him for it. Like, IG's performance hasn't really been that great. The last time these teams met up, Alliance did almost obliterate them. So, who knows?
And this mid lane is going to be important for Ferrari, and I like how much he actually right-clicks Despair. Look at the HP on it. It's already pretty low. Of course, the resummon is only 15 seconds away, but this is really, really nice by Ferrari, abusing the fact that there's no stout shield on it.
They realize this Admiral Bulldog going all out with this little sucker. Got to keep our eyes as well on that top lane as well as the middle lane. It's the bigger problem for Admiral Bulldog is if he's going to resummon this bear right now. And he's going to do it before he loses too much mana. Because he's already down to 91 mana pool, and it takes 75 mana to actually resummon a bear.
Yep.
But he doesn't really want to do it just yet. Yeah, he's sending the bear back to base. He's sending the bear back to base to heal. Because he now has the high ground advantage, so he should be okay for that one. S4 in the meantime on the top lane up against Timbersaw. 5-1 up against 7-2 and S4. Still got a little bit of a creep wave here. The experience advantage is very even. Everything's very even on that top lane. So it's also one of those lanes that once the level 5 hits for S4 and you get the third point up in the poison attack, you gotta be really careful.
Bottom. Nice little harass here. It shouldn't be a kill really, but...
Rocket Barrage is being used by Loda because he realized that Sean will come through with the Grave Chill. He could never stay close enough for it.
And they have Riptide first on Naga Siren, so she needs a little bit more experience on EGM here before we can actually use Ensnare.
One more creep to die and your experience shall be granted. How's Tree looking? Like Faith, he's really doing it tough.
Yeah, Faith is just slow jungling now because this pull spawn, I believe they blocked it themselves. So have they been out there every time? Oh, Ake.
Yeah, Ake's in trouble. And Ake will go down. Chorn with the first blood.
And actually EGM picks up Faith as well on the small camp.
Solo kill for him. There's your experience for him.
There's your experience, almost level 3 now. But it was not worth it in the end, losing their support.
Oh, Loda. He's doing a lot of damage there to Zhou. Rocket Barrage forcing him back again. And YYF really enjoys this top lane, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, but Viper is also having good last hits here. But, I mean, he's getting all the experience that he wants on a Timbersaw, and when he hits level 6, he becomes so much stronger.
It's just the fact like that reactive armor is always reacting to S4. Like, you keep that attack on him, he'll always be at level 8.
Yep.
On that armor, no matter what kind of happens.
And that's like a constant tango. So your regen when you do read a tango is crazy. And then you have the tree endowment to top it off. That's why he's full HP all the time.
Yeah. The only downside he's going to have is, again, like that level 5 for S4 when he's got 0 cooldown on that poison attack. And then he can just slow down YYF a hell of a lot more. And if he gets that ultimate up and running, then his power also increases greatly. But YYF, when you got that much armor up on him, it's very difficult to get the kill. And again, EGM, he's going to get himself another kill on Faith.
Wow, he kills him again. Such a big find. So he has boots now, Poleman's shield, and 350 gold. He's really rich.
Courier! It's gonna die!
dead.
It's gonna go down!
Oh, that's a big miss micro.
It had the bottle of Ferrari. He sent it into the
Oh,
T1
no.
tower in the mid.
That is such a big misplay by
Couriers
Ferrari.
be dying in TA3, man. It's not the time of the Naga, it's the time of the dead couriers.
Hashtag TI free, dead couriers.
Yep,
And
Loda,
bottom.
trouble for him. Grave Chill plus Spectral Dagger. Zhou trying to come out. He's
he's
getting instead and
dead.
frostbitten, but Loda will go down. But Zhou, not looking too healthy either.
Going in and killing against 3 with only 2 heroes, being Spectre and Visage, against CM, Naga, and Gyro. That's still something you're happy about. You get away without dying. This game, that courier dying is such a huge impact though. It's not very good for the bottom lane now, since they got a lot of gold, but they can't really use it now.
It kind of destroys Ferrari too. Like that was his bottle he was really relying on to continuously allow him to spam out his abilities. Right now, if he uses one more imprisonment, he runs the risk of being completely out of mana. And then Essence Aura won't save him. He has got to get some lucky hits.
And there's a face boots now on the bear, so of course the harassment is gonna be so much stronger. And same for bottom lane here. Like, that's a level 1 Treant Protector 5 minutes in. And EGM is level 4. This is really scary on these lanes. But the good part for them is that they have a level 6 on Timbersaw now. He doesn't have too much mana. He needs some mana boots to really...
They're coming in. EGM Riptides, Faith. Already leech seeding him up a little bit more. He didn't even go like, we got leech seed, we got living armor. He hasn't got his level 3 yet. We're still sitting only 4 instances of living armor. This kind of needs to change and change quickly, but EGM's presence there is making it impossible.
Yeah, he's just keeping his eyes on Tree. He knows that if Tree disappears from the lane, he's probably heading over to a small camp. So abusing the very quick movement speed, 370 with boots and being Naga, he just chases after him. So Faith doesn't really have anywhere to go, and he's backing to base now with level 2 and half HP. EGM is even gonna check for him at the small camp now, but yeah.
He's just thinking he's there, but he's not.
He's like, he couldn't have backed with that HP, but he actually does to pick up the wards, as the wards were purchased, but the chicken is still dead.
Could just rotate middle lane and try and kill a Ferrari. Ferrari just used his imprisonment, which means he cannot escape the ensnare, the Riptide, the bear from Admiral Bulldog, and Ferrari goes down.
The Cauldron. Entangle.
Sexy as ever.
It is, man.
I don't think we can really require, like, describe vines as sexy, but
No,
you know,
man.
in Dota 2, anything is possible.
Ask Bulldog. It's good.
Everything is sexy to Bulldog. Black is sexy to Bulldog.
Black is sexy.
I saw them at TI, at Starladder Finals.
I actually didn't. But meanwhile,
'cause you
topping
weren't
the
there.
CS pretty hard is this Viper. 41 CS and no one really close to him. There's a lot of denies on the OD and a lot of denies on the Syllabi as well. So that's why on this mid lane, they're not really pulling ahead in CS.
Are we just looking at a really tanky S4? Like, he's got Ring of Regen, or is this S4 saying, you know what, for the team, I will build a mech, because Crystal Mate and everybody else cannot do it?
It's pretty normal to get mech on Viper, so could definitely be.
But that's normally like when he's going a mid-solo, though.
Yeah, but his part in the team is still the same, because he has carry.
Oops.
Well,
There you go, Spectre on the bottom lane. YYF actually TP'd down here. He'll throw out the Chakra to slow down Loda. Loda doesn't have his level 6 up just yet, and YYF already had to pull his Chakra back in again. So one-on-one trade in the bottom lane. Naga for a Spectre.
yeah, with a TP down for YYF as well, so Alliance coming out ahead there.
Because YYF's now going to walk all the way back up to the top.
Yeah, I think he's gonna stay and try something more, but there's a ward watching him, very fresh ward, so he's not gonna find anything
Loda's
here.
still a long
And
way down.
mid, he dies to the ulti.
Lol. Okay, we should really start watching a lot of these kills. YYF, frostbitten up. He's going to timber chain himself away to safety.
Person,
We're both looking elsewhere when these kills keep happening.
just stay.
You think a team of 2 will be able to do it.
Yeah,
At least, though, no first bloods missed.
no
just-
first bloods.
Just saying. Okay, I'm going to sit up in my chair a little bit more now. Serious business time. While S4 takes the tier 1 tower. Or at least gets it to be fortified.
Yeah, he's
IG.
pushing really hard up here.
They don't really have enough money on Joe. Like, you look at his CS, like 19 for 7. He's got 1 death to his name as well. This Spectre is nowhere near farmed enough to where he needs to be. And levels-wise, too, is not balancing it out. He's got 3 point stagger as opposed to having these extra
Bottom,
points up in Desolate.
Going
so, yeah,
on Naga.
it is Familiars as well as the chain and the Timber chain plus a Spectral dagger.
The chain is very, very strong. You hook in with the Timber chain and then ulti deals tremendous amount of damage.
Especially beautiful when you look at those off lanes.
Yeah, or when you look to heroes that have high armor but low HP, the pure damage coming out of Timbersaw. Of course, any magical damage will just ignore your armor, but the damage from Timbersaw is so good against agility or int heroes in particular.
S4 now completing up his next item, so looks like it's going to be Ring of Aquila. And just keeping a casual Ring of Regen on him. Just a casual one for now.
Look at those stats on Admiral Bulldog's Lone Druid. 74 wins and 22 losses. That's a lot of games played, even that. And yeah, I like his 2 boots.
It's the reason why people ban him all the time, man.
Yeah.
Oh, has he got 2 boots on 1 bear?
No, 2 boots on himself.
Yeah, okay, now he switched him back again.
Yeah, he couldn't summon it because he was out of mana.
Man, that bear really looks like with those overalls like it's been shaved. Sorry. It really does. It's like the SGC logo on his back. Am I the only person that sees that?
I don't know, man. Probably.
Joe.
But right now, IG are pulling their way back into the game bit by bit, but they were actually behind by 2,000, even 2,500 gold. But by experience, they're actually going up and above now. So
Look,
pulling ahead a
they're
little.
finding their space again. Like,
Yeah.
we've got Treant Protector who's found some
Mids,
levels by being up
they're
on
gonna
top.
try mid really soon. Timber is just waiting for OD to haste in, put him down.
It's a really difficult lane, though, for Timbersaw to initiate into.
Yeah, but with 4 levels into the Astral, it is possible to do so. 4 seconds to run up and then hook through. They can kill him right now if they get the vision to put him down.
They kind of want him, though, to be back in range of the tier 1 tower here. Because then you can just get the simple jump in onto Admiral Bulldog himself. Because he's not in ultimate form. Admiral Bulldog's actually been very, very cocky here in the middle lane by not going into his ulti form.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go into it before he has to. His movement speed is so high on range form, so he can stay at better positioning with this.
The only issue is going to be what happens when Joe decides to just throw out the ultimate. You won't have time to get into your ultimate form in time, like, to deal with the amount of damage that'll be coming your way. And Ferrari, there's your imprisonment. He's got support around the corner. Naga's here.
Yeah, Timber isn't here anymore, so this is just to Lowers end high.
Also notice too that Naga is level
Top.
6. There's your
They're gonna
Spectral
go for
Horn. Yep, they're going to go for S4. And there is the reality. So Joe, right on S4, throws out the ulti on Ferrari 4-3-0. He's doing a hell of a lot of damage to him, but S4, well, Naga throws the ulti. That's why he's trying to move down a little bit more. But at the end of the day, the ulti is wasted from EGM. He tried to save his teammate, but all for naught.
Yeah, no way to save him there. We see ancient stacking going on by Ake, trying to get a nice stack here for Loda. But Loda isn't finding too much farm on the bottom lane anymore. He had a very good control of the lane earlier on, but now with Timbersaw being down here, he doesn't really want any of that.
But that also means like Timbersaw's a long way. Like he's taking a lot of space of what was the Spectres. But
Yeah,
because
but Spectre is having farm on the top lane now instead, so she's quite okay.
But it was still a gamble for them that wouldn't have happened without the successful rotation and kill
Yeah.
of finding the Viper.
Also, Loda is starting to kill off this ancient stack already, trying to kill it with several flags. Already did it once, brought all of the ancients pretty low. Gotta kill off at least the small ones, but the big ones takes really long time to kill.
And Ferrari's really not having the luck here for the Essence Aura. He's trying to do the whole Tranquil Boost as well as Buckler to trigger the Essence Aura and get him his mana back.
Yeah, but no.
It's
no
actually
avail.
it's working a little bit, but
He has 4 points into his third skill and he's going out of mana with... Well, he's not going completely blank at least, but his luck is not the best.
let's try to get closer. Okay, there he finally gets one. And then also with the Buckler, he gets another. There comes the mana. It's that random generator, man. And he just put up the mech recipe. He doesn't have the headdress, though. Unless that's sitting on his courier, which it is not.
Yeah, he buys the expensive component first, so he can always buy those cheap items in case you die or something like that. And just in general, it's easier to farm up the cheap components. So if you have the goal to buy the most expensive one, you should buy that one first.
Faith is about at level 6. So now IG's got a little bit of or more of a team fight component. Throw down that overgrowth. You got the OD ulti as well. You got Timbersaw, who, well, I suppose he's got an AoE effect with a chakra. And then you got Familiars, which are up from Chorn. And that's up at he's already up at level 8 too. So I got 4 points up in that soul assumption. While still actually going, instead of more points up in Grave Chill, he just goes Gravekeeper's Cloak. He wants to live through these fights just as much as YYF. But this is now tower trade time. Tier 1 tower on the bottom lane, IG's going to take it. Maybe it's possible to deny, but with that chakra, it really just backs up Arke.
Top lane.
Yeah, they haven't done it all in Faith. Now he's in a really good position. There's your overgrowth. TP support comes in. Spectre haunts himself in for this one too, but S4's taking so much damage, and Joe's like, sweet, free gold. And he takes it too. Viper takes a fall. CM was, well, she's out.
She's out.
She was trying to do that bottom lane, but everybody gets back out to safety. EGM had no ulti to help out.
Yeah, no way. But nice initiation though by Faith. Faith just went along the tree line in his Nature's Guise, invisible, and then ultied. Catch.
We actually get another first. We have Dendy's first Lone Druid and get YYF's first Timbersaw.
Yeah.
A day of firsts, man. A day of firsts.
People been practicing new stuff for us. Very nice.
Just for us.
Just for us.
Just for us. We're getting both here inside this game. Movement now coming towards the top lane, EGM. They got Familiars right behind him though, and he's watching him come in. Timbersaw chains away. Bear, well, entangled chance now in 1 second time, and YYF, 4-star, well actually Timber chaining himself, sorry, down a little bit further. Living Armor will protect him, and they can't lock him. He's just so quick to move in and out. Problem is now he's got no mana left.
Yeah, he does have a point booster now, so getting really high on that HP.
He's just running back to base.
Yeah, he's going to base. They have Visage wants to pull the aggro, but it's pretty risky.
He can't do it. It's only just in case Timbersaw was thinking about TPing himself back in again. Living Armor just buys a little bit of time for the tower. But when you get a Lone Druid behind, that tower's not going to survive.
Have you seen his true form, by the way?
Well, what? What the hell?
I like the...
It's like he's a lion. He's not a bear, he's a lion.
Come on, that's the fattest lion ever.
I'm not saying obviously it's a lion that works out, but I'm not quite sure. Does that lion lift?
Probably lifts. Probably doesn't do too much cardio though. But Show pushing in bottom lane, and we see a reaction TP by S4. So they can't really contest anymore on the top lane.
This is the best lane for S4 to be in now. Like, easiest lane for farm, get him to an unstoppable level. But they've also got to make sure they keep pushing out. Like Alliance, they take a tier 1 tower on the top lane. They did some damage to the tier 2 towers. They had there's a lot of damage to the tier 2 tower. But without killing it off, slowly and surely Treant Protector will get the towers back up to 100% life points. So when they push a tower, they're going to push the whole thing. Doing some damage to it, it just isn't enough. You've got to commit the entire kit and caboodle.
Yeah, definitely. And they saw him very early. I think Faith walked in just a little bit too early there. Not really letting his Fate time do the trick.
Come on, S4, be a man. I think he's worried, and rightly so. IG smoked. They're moving 3. YYF, Sean, as well as Faith. And they're coming in right at the same time as Loader is farming up an Ancient Stack.
Yeah, he's been farming Ancient Stacks this entire game, so don't be deceived by his CS. He's at 72, but he is actually farming. His 72 are worth a lot more than the 75 on Spectre, because he's been farming a lot of these Ancients.
Familiars are checking out Rosham. They think Alliance is in here, and they find RK. Timber chain up, and very quickly dead Spectre. He's actually going, the ping came out into Loader. He's not going to reality into that, however.
Yeah, while I say that his CS are worth more, the Spectre has been in a lot of kills now, with her ulti and just with her presence.
She has, man, but at the same time, like, I'm looking
Look
over
at
at
her
Alliance
golds.
and I'm seeing, well, what she got, 2,600?
With drums and face boots, yeah, that's pretty high.
But then I look over at Admiral Bulldog and he's got a bear, and he's also got 3.2k of his own.
Yeah,
So
true.
Radiance is coming at a fast rate for both these heroes.
A lot of items gonna fly in very soon, but this mid tower being removed, that's a big thing.
Loader's in trouble.
Oh, they steal his stack. They're gonna steal all the big ones.
That's just frustrating for him. If you realize what was going on, he already sees Joe moving over to the side. And they've lost them all. But that's 5 players from IG that they're doing that. And that's why Admiral Bulldog's back past the tier 2. He's really not sure where the rest of IG are. And that's because there's no wards on the map for Alliance.
Yeah, they don't have anything right now.
Actually, not a single ward. Like, this is a team that would normally carry around 6 sentry wards just in case.
And we almost have Vladimir's finished up on 3 end, so going for a very early 5-man composition type of push. And if they finish up the Radiance and then the Vlads and go together, I think they will have a timing window where they are so much stronger than Alliance. Because they don't have any real key items on Gyrocopter. They have drums and Ogre Club, but BKB is far off. And in fact, they have an Ogre Club on their Naga Siren. So that's an early Ogre Club. Not entirely sure what he wants, though.
It's going to be a Heaven's Halberd. It's going to be a build into a Heaven's Halberd.
That's what I imagine as well, but...
Because why would Joe ever get himself a BKB?
No, yeah, not... Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking about like Heaven's Halberd and
exactly.
used.
You can always use it on. But even so, I feel that maybe upgrading the boots would be better. But I guess Halberd is gonna be nice this game, though.
But he's still trying to get himself closer. That Ancient Stack steal really did hurt him, didn't it? All he needs is a Mithril Hammer, basically, plus an extra 100 gold, and he's got himself the BKB. But his timing's off. It's going to be like maybe 25 minutes.
Pretty much. We haven't seen him use the Viper at all so far in this game. He hasn't really participated in anything. So
He's been
S4,
rotating.
yeah, S4 used to being in the solo mid role. Now being on the safe lane from the start, he hasn't really gone with his team yet. And when you're the mech carrier and you're a Viper, you definitely want to have some clashes with your team.
We've got movement coming to the top lane.
Oh,
Sean
they
and
find him.
YYF, and they did. They imprisoned up one.
But Bulldog is there.
Yep. Familiars as well, however. So you want to go up against a lone druid plus a Viper. And Viper, who's finally got 1 point up in his corrosive skin. The thing which got buffed up to a point where, like, what was it? With 4 points up in corrosive skin, you actually do more damage to a Queen of Pain when she shadow strikes you than
yeah,
she does to you.
Yeah, you do. Because it
It's a tick down.
reactivates every time you take damage, and every time you take damage, then you do 100 damage. So yeah. So
I found that very amusing when I was told that. I'm like, really? That's beautiful.
somewhat irritating to people dealing damage like that.
Alliance, 4-man
Also-
smoke. They're coming bottom lane. If they get this ensnare out and Zhou,
They
there goes
do.
the ensnare and they latch him. He's still got the horned possibility and take him straight back to mid-2 to tower if he wants to use it, but no, he holds his ground, tries to use his 6 charges, and Spectre goes down to Loader.
Yeah, he didn't realize that Lone Druid was not there and that he was on the mid lane, so he could have tried jumping over there. As he was not stunned, and of course during Frostbite you can still use your ulti and jump away.
So he decided to take it.
He took
And-
it.
And now Alliance can look towards Roshan. Like, I think they're even making mirror images to scout out and see what's coming at him. And they're already going to find Ferrari 430, who just loves illusions. Just, okay, Orb, easiest way to get through them all.
Yeah, slays them all.
Except for those, it's like the illusion rune lasts a little bit longer.
Just a little bit. It's because it's level 1 on the mirror image from Naga. They take 500% damage, and then you have the orb. It's like, yeah, it's a one-shot.
Maybe once they're down to 200% damage, it'll be okay.
Yeah, at least they won't die to one hit, probably. Depends on how much our dear OD will pick up. Slivith. Slivis.
Slithis?
Slivith.
Her name is Slithis.
Yes. But that's not... people know that.
Do you know the name of,
Techies.
Radiant's bottom
well,
tower
obviously
is
that's a
under
good name,
attack.
but still. Do you know the name of Ogre Mashai's troll? No, not Ogre Mashai, sorry, of Alchemist. Alchemist, little goblin thing that sits on the back of him. The Alchemist itself, not the Ogre.
Not really, no.
I want to see if, yeah,
Oh.
the chat knows. In they come. Faith, got to be really, really careful about this. There's already an imprisonment over on the side. And the bear looking for more. The bear smack bang and the call down. A little bit off, but it's going to slow down YYF, but YYF's got this wonderful thing called Timber Chain. Loader will pop the BKB. He sees Faith coming through the rear. Now the Spectral Horn, but Loader just stands his ground. He needs more damage with the fly cannon. It was enough. Arca even throwing in his own Crystal Maiden over. And now
No one died yet.
no one has. Spectre is the lowest one. He's inside the Rosh pit, and the bear's going to find him. Hit! He got him! He picked up Spectre. Crystal Maiden has died, and now EGM stops the attack.
Thinking about fighting more, but they really shouldn't here. They need to get out.
Yep, they're backing
They need
out.
to back out.
That's already the better trade for them. They
Yeah,
pick up the
it's-
Spectre for the price of a Crystal Maiden.
That's amazing trade for them.
And by the way, I would say Razil
Is under attack.
Yeah.
is the name of the Alchemist.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. He doesn't need the Dark Brew. All he needs is to be Brazilian and have his name pronounced like the Spanish cast. It's like Razil!
Yes.
And then it's all good.
So that kill on the Spectre is really big, actually, just killing her in that team fight. I don't believe that she has no Radiance recipe in the base, so Radiance is not finished for her, and she needs to really complete it before. If she had it in this
Ferrari.
fight, they would crush.
4-staff, imprisonment, it's on the Viper. Arke wants to keep him out. Quick Nova, Frostbite, over on the Ferrari 4-3-0, but Arke, Meg Charge keeps him alive, but YYF just splits him in two like a timber. And now, down to Ferrari, S4, focuses in on that OD, has to imprison himself to keep himself alive, but with Loader there, with another BKB charge going off, they got more than enough damage to get both Faith, as well as Ferrari 4-3-0. And Admiral Bulldog, moving fast. Sean, he's going to look for the moment to get the entangle. Movement speed now wears off, and Sean, there's your entangle. Put him in the vines, and he will go down with Admiral Bulldog picking up a double kill. And with 3 of IG on the sidelines, Alliance will now push down the middle lane.
And that was also a mega kill on the Visage going down there, so a lot of gold going the way of Bulldog. And he has his Hyperstone now finished up, so his Berg is getting really scary.
So Hyperstone and Radiance, if they don't pick up Roshan right now, they are
No,
missing.
they will. They are killing Roshan. And if that fight happened after Spectre got the Radiance, it would look completely different, because it makes all the difference for Spectre. Having a relic does nothing to your illusions, adds no damage at all whatsoever until you have a Radiance, because only your agility stats will actually add any damage, or effects such as Diffusal.
Just want to point out in just a moment, Bloodstone will be finished up on Timbersaw. This is now when IG, if they lose another fight, this game is basically over. In fact, he's just purchased it. It's coming out in the courier with the Perseverance. He'll just disassemble his arcane boots.
Look for big plays from YYF as well. If his carry is dying or if OD is dying, look for him to suicide himself to save that carry, because he can actually heal quite a lot with his 8 charges even on level 1. Like level 1 at your purchase Bloodstone. 8 charges. I believe it's 400 plus 30 per charge.
EGM, ensnare, 4-star very quickly by Ferrari.
Wow.
S4's right behind him. He gets one hit out that slows him down, but there's TP support on the way in, and it's going to be Faith, and Faith's just like, oh, okay. Rocket, Astral Imprisonment trying to save him, but now they go for Ferrari. Imprisonment down. OD wants to drop the oldie, but he got bashed up and held in position. And because of that now, the TP support gets cancelled. They'll sacrifice the bottom tier 1 tower. Spectre does finish up the Radiance, but it's already too late for Joe to come to that bottom lane to help.
Yeah, and that's another big kill. Killing the solo mid, killing the OD, stopping his momentum. We did talk about how much will he actually get, how much farm will he find, and how much int will this OD have. But so far, he doesn't have too much. So, in quick fights like this, easy kill.
Looks like Alliance aren't going to give up the bottom lane. They want to keep going.
Yeah.
There's a full...
Hey,
okay, so yeah.
power treads, and he's going for the Sange. So he has the Sange, and he wants to get...
He wants to have more items than Loader.
He wants to have more items. His dash is full. Yeah.
Oh, there goes tier 2. Admiral Bulldog should be able to get the last hit with the bear, which he does do so. And that'll be, well, that's not his full AC. He's still recipe away, so give him a little bit of time.
He needs to farm up about 600 more gold, or 700 actually. Once he hits that...
You want to do your math on that one? How much is Nostalgia Rust recipe?
Huh?
I just want to know myself. 1,300.
Yeah.
I want to double check. So 550 gold now away.
Yes.
I always have those moments where you like have a brain like Gem. Used to be 600, man.
Yeah, and AC used to be 1,500.
Yeah.
Yep.
Inflation. You can't escape it. It's even inside of Dota 2.
Even in Dota, everything gets more expensive. That's not.
But then again, Ward's
that's
got
not
cheaper.
actually-
Ward's only 150 now, so
maybe it's nice being a support player. I don't know.
it encourages. Oh, nice, very nice deny.
Soon we'll have free couriers as you start the game.
No,
And automated wards.
this isn't Hon. Sorry, low blow, but seriously, basketball court?
seriously.
Question mark. Yeah, but I just want to give like massive props right then to the this centaur that's being microed. It's like I instantly looked for a champ, but it's RK who's microing up this helmet that dominated centaur. He
Nice.
denied the DD rune to the OD.
Yeah, I've seen them do this so many times. Whenever Loda is playing a hero like Gyro who will have a Helm of Dominator, instead of stacking too much, they just give the Centaur towards Ake. Whatever hero he's playing, he's like, yeah, cool, I'm Chen.
Let me do whatever I want to do, man. Let me do whatever I want to do. I could just take a million creeps. Everyone buy a helm of the Dominator, so he actually has his own army.
Yeah. And full AC is purchased in the base, and it's on the Spirit Bear, so it's actually with us in this push.
And it won't be there in time unless they're waiting until the end of the death of the Tier 2 tower.
Have to be...
Actually, the courier got left behind. It hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, but the Courier doesn't have the AC. It's on the Bear.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, so it's out there. Okay, my bad, my bad.
for this fight, though, there is a Vit booster now on Spectre, so she has more HP. And seems they just sacked the Tier 2 quite wisely. That fight is hard.
The fight's hard enough as it is, man. Even if it's 10-10, there's an advantage of 8,500, almost 9,000 gold going the way of Alliance, and the experience is already over 5,000 too.
Yeah. The 10-10 doesn't really tell the whole tale.
No, nowhere near it. Alliance control this map, and they'd just be controlling out team fights perfectly. The only thing which they are struggling to control is the Spectre.
A thing, though, is that Spectre wants easy-to-kill supporters and weak enemy heroes, but there's a 1,600 HP Naga Siren support. That's not really an easy kill. That's a scam. And sure, the 720 HP Crystal Maiden with Tranquil Boots, that's a very easy kill for any Spectre, but that's one hero that's easy to kill.
Why do you think Space Cow as well as Naga are becoming more and more popular?
Exactly.
Supports that you just cannot kill. Jakiro used to be it. Like,
Yeah.
Jakiro's strength game was so great. Everyone was like, yeah, Jakiro! And we have it with teamfight combination. And now it's like, well, we want initiation in lanes and ensnare with Riptide. Perfect for it. And SB, ever since he got changed around with that Greater Bash, being triggered instantly with a charge, he's become so popular as well. Also, we can thank Sing Sing for it.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
I don't know, actually, if we should be taking Sing Sing or Eternal Envy either way.
I think we should be thanking Team Liquid, but
We should be thanking Team Liquid?
Yes.
Was it actually them that started the SB?
they played it really long ago as support. Like, they were the first team that I saw playing as support.
Was that after the bash change or before the bash change?
I think it was before. I'm not entirely sure. I think it was before. But anyway,
Back to
this
the fight.
push.
Yeah. 20 seconds-ish left on load as Aegis the Immortal.
Yeah, they're not gonna risk anything though, I believe. They're not gonna go in and suicide with the Aegis in the enemy base. Some
Yeah.
stupid move like that. Sometimes we see
the
players.
timing was wrong for it because the creep wave is so far away that
Yeah.
they would have no support coming in.
Halberd now finished up on Naga
Dire's
Siren,
bottom
Manta
tower
style,
is under
towards the
attack.
Viper. So more items coming up for Alliance. How's the progression on IG? The Vladimir's was finished up very long ago on Treant, but hasn't really gotten anything new. YYF, he has enough money to buy a plate mail if he wants to. He might go for blade mail. No, he goes for plate.
Some guy in the chat stacking IX Mike 88 for the SB.
Thank Bulba, man.
I think Bulba. Well, we do know Bulba makes the entire US matter.
He makes the meta of the entire world, man. It's not just US.
Point conceded.
Either way. Just now, it's slowing down a little bit, and that's just Alliance not forcing the issue, because they know there's still a combo on IG that is very dangerous. There's the Treant ulti, there's the OD ulti, and Timbersaw chopping through along with the Spectre hitting you as your Treant ultied. That hurts.
And
So-
they don't have really any kind of reason to push it in even harder.
No, they have the harder carries. So
Yep.
right now, if you look at it very, very critically, IG would probably say that if this happens where they are behind this much, then their strat did not work. So they're now trying to crisis handle this and trying to find a win in this game. But what they wanted to do didn't work.
You can't crisis handle something when you got heroes who are such momentum based. Like Ferrari, he needs momentum. He needs to stay in front of everybody else to really have that ultimate and really pack a wallop. And then you got Timbersaw, who's like the king of momentum once he starts getting Bloodstone charges up. But ever since he bought it, YYF hasn't even had an engagement where he
Yeah.
can get charges. And then you got Spectre. Spectre, who can get some really good money, but also needs to get burst money coming in. Spectre is a very greedy hero to have. You need to find kills in order for Spectre to get in front. And that's like to get a heart. She still only got the vitality boost. Would love to have the Reaver, but what are you going to do? Haunt into any random area of the map just to have a bit of a look-see? And maybe you find a Crystal Maiden out by himself,
Yeah.
which actually right now would almost be right.
A big thing for her is going to be when she finishes up the entire heart, or if she's going to go for Diffusal for the extra damage that she can get. But whichever she wants to go for, she needs the next item. What she has right now, it's nice enough for farming, but it's not going to help her in the team fights killing the enemy. She needs more.
Greed, man. Greed is a powerful thing.
Yeah, and we are just hitting above the 10k of gold lead for Alliance. And interested to see what EGM is going to buy up next, because he's one rich supporter. And Basher now on Lone Druid.
That's what they were also waiting for.
Also didn't mention the full Satanic now on Loda, so a little bit more sustainable in the team fights. But I'm reckoning that they will just wait for the next Roshan. They have no reason to go before the next Roshan is up, and they're even warding for it. So
They just got to relax, man.
yeah, that's what you should do when you pull ahead a lot and the enemy is still dangerous though. Like, you don't want to throw yourself at these enemies. If you give away one team fight, suddenly things can change, you know.
Yeah. You give that chance for IG to basically come out on top.
Oh, he sold his plate mail earlier, but he must have sold it before it went out of the price. So
What?
He sold it for a full price.
Oh, you're
plate
talking about
mail.
Timbersaw.
Yeah, because he bought a plate mail and then he has a gold scepter now, but I don't think that he wasted half the gold.
They're ready to come in now. Roshan spawns in 10 seconds.
IG know that if they don't do anything about this, then they're not gonna win this game.
But they got to also do something about bottom lane. This Radiant Bears has been pushing it out to a point that Joe...
They can send Zhou down there and then
Yeah.
go, but it's still not gonna be an easy fight.
Yeah. Wait for
Going
RK.
now.
RK finds an Invictus rune and they can't kill him fast enough. Imprisonment and the Chakra's on top of him now. Spectra gonna haunt himself in and Naga throws the ulti. Instantly wants this damage to stop. RK's managed to get himself back into a safer zone. And now they look for a kill. YYF jumps up to the Ancients. The cooldown very much off target here And in fact, no one is called out of position for IG. And now Naga ulti is down. Spectre ulti is down. And Spectre didn't even go in. He
No.
didn't reality into that.
Yeah, she couldn't. She would have been caught if she did, so she had to just give it up. And at least she was farming meanwhile but this is really hurting IG, because now with Aegis on the gyrocopter, the push is going to be really scary.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to come soon.
It's also going to come with the Vladimir's offering. Look at EGM's next item.
Oh, yeah.
So he's going to probably get rid of, well, I assume Poor Man Shield.
Yeah.
Since the, really? 35 times.
35 times and still
That's-
not even 50% win.
That's more than I would have thought. Like, as far as, like, amount of times picked.
Yeah. His win rate? What do you think about that? Would you think it higher?
That's a little bit more understandable. It's,
I don't know. The hero is situational.
yeah. There's so many of those heroes in Dota. Everything is very much situational.
It's like, nothing is bad. It's just good in more rare scenarios. So, in a way, bad.
In a way, it's absolutely horrendous in some scenarios. It's like getting nothing but magic damage bursters up against heroes that have magic immunity. Or build BKBs as first
You
items.
just have so many different scenarios that could be. And I like what they did. They did a little trick with the courier. They sent it halfway, picked it up, picked up the Vladimirs with the bear, recalled the bear, so just not wasting any time. It was not the bear's item, by the way. It was, of course, the Naga,
Yeah,
as we mentioned before.
but the bear just gets every little perk from it. But then again, the bear's still trying to get rid of this tier 3 tower. Loader, he has refused to pop off this, well, let the Aegis Immortal pop, but also pop off this Satanic, which is also doable for him. They get through the tower, Viper to get the last hit in that one. And this Chakra is really making life difficult to get inside the base.
And they're earning up their HP on the bear. They don't really want to resummon too early.
Spectre wants to fight, man. He's got a horn and he just picked up the Fusel Blade. He wants to get in there and fight. And the bear might be the first target, and they should be able to bring that one down. In fact, Timbersaw chains himself through it. Loader will pop the BKB, but again, cooldown. Hits on only the creep wave, but they only want that gone because now they just bring down the Rag Zhou, still in the front lines. And that's a new bear. They cannot afford to lose this
They
bear.
will kill it. It's dead.
Naga says
Oh,
no.
Naga.
Naga says no fun. That bear can be recalled. 1 second. They got the damage.
Still
The
dead.
Familiar was in front. It got the stop when they get the kill on the bear. And now also another Familiar stop. Chuan holding EGM in
Spectre.
position. He will go down right now. So they pick up the 2 supports, Timber chain up, and then all of a sudden everyone's away apart from Zhou, who's on
chasing
the back of
Loader.
Loader.
Yeah, he actually killed Crystal Maiden already. Going in on Loader here, very confident. He maybe shouldn't be that confident, but he has his friends behind him, so...
He's trying to buy time.
Yeah.
He's already used the Diffuser Blade now. Was this 3 times on Loader? And with the Chakram up there, Loader getting hit by the dagger again. Familiars coming into Loader.
Still
The
has
cooldown
Aegis,
will
though.
go. You're right, the Aegis will trigger, but he's got Ferrari behind him. And Ferrari doesn't have a sight device up just yet, but now Loader, no BKB, no Satanic, and also no life. He's on the sideline for the moment, but he does have buyback available. And S4 being chased, and
Oh, they're
Ferrari
gonna kill him as
four-staffed
well.
in. This is just a gank train going through all of Alliance and killing him underneath this tier 2 tower here.
The kill switch from the Chinese team, suddenly just killing the entire of Alliance. Well, not... They didn't get the Lone Druid, but killing everyone else, getting the Aegis, and gonna get this mid tower.
Dire's middle tower.
They might even get more.
They will get the mid
They-
for sure, and they're
they
gonna
wanna
keep
force-
going probably.
They want to force the buybacks to come out from either Loader or S4.
Yeah, and
and it's
there are
gonna have to.
buybacks on both, so they
Yeah.
have them available. One of them will buy back.
It'll be Viper. Loader wants to save his money. He still needs his damage dealing item, and he says, no, back off, do not fight us. Because they still have the racks advantage. They still have that melee racks down the bottom lane.
Yeah, but now, that was really scary for Alliance. Getting caught out there by this Diffusal Blade, doing a lot more as well.
And also
And a
Bloodstone
good-
charges too, man.
And a
They
good
get
team
lot.
fight. And yeah,
Four.
he's up to 12 now, so starting to have that mana that he needs, and 2.8k gold. There's a lot of gold for winning a team fight this late into a game.
What is the advantage? Oh, yeah, that's... Okay. Experience had a little bit more of a drastic change in the graph as opposed to the gold.
Yes.
But when you got heroes, which is so fast, actually the experience switches all the way up. It just updated. It goes back the
Yep.
way of IG. For the first time, what was that, 15 minutes that Alliance has been holding this 6,000 or 7,000 advantage with a 12,000 gold advantage as well. And your one racks up. If Alliance do lose this, I don't even say it's Game of Thrones. It's just really well weighted out by IG.
Yeah.
They knew when they could capitalize. They picked up both the supports. and then just rotated up. And the fact that Spectre kept chasing.
They
Like, Joe
did not
used so many
even-
defusal charges for that, but he doesn't care. He's going to buy another level defusal just in a moment anyway.
Yeah, and they didn't even dive with Alliance. That was just them standing around, being pretty close, but not diving at all. And then they lost a little bit too much trying to save the bear there, the second bear. But if it died, it would have been horrible as well for him. Losing the Radiance, losing the Cuirass, that would have been really bad. So it all got into a scenario where Alliance got really caught out.
Whoop, whoop.
Very nice.
Yes. Get all those live streams up and running, people. Multi-streams. Multi-stream it. Have D2L running, have BTS running, have Shiva running, have us running, have Starladder running, have everybody running.
All the Dota.
More Dota, the better, peoples. And then, of course, big hello to everyone inside the game, too. For people out there, because I know this is a beautiful thing. This was a very, very big, beautiful thing. The fact that a public community, like if you just tune in and you say, you know what, I want to play a very fun pub game of Dota, and then you log on and say, wait, there are 200,000 people watching this from inside the client. Maybe I should check out see what competitive Dota is all about.
Yeah.
I welcome you people, as well as the guys who are addicted to competitive Dota, because we're all like the first people I just mentioned at one point of our life.
Exactly.
All right, so back
game-
to the game and stop patting each other on the back.
Yeah, this game is just so tense now because Alliance, they have the lead in racks, but after losing that fight, and pretty hard as well, they don't really want to force the issue. They want to farm up a little bit more, want to get that next item up on Loda. He has a Demon Edge. Not sure if he's going to go even for the Divine in this game. It could be an option, but if he's going to go into a more safe MKB. But right now, Alliance is not confident enough to force the Chinese team again. And I think that's right. I think they would lose if they tried to fight them right now.
I'd actually agree with you. They need to have that bigger damage dealing item up on Loader. They need to... Well, I don't know if they need to really have anything more on EGM, but maybe something that allows RK to survive a little bit longer. As for, like, we have Yash... Like, where is his damage? It almost feels like he needs to have a butterfly up and running on him.
Crit is also a very nice item on this hero because you get damage as people go lower and lower on HP, and then you can actually crit on that damage that you get. So
The only reason why I say butterfly is because, like, there's no one on IG that will want to buy a Monkey King bar.
Oh,
Even
no.
Timbersaw is actually building into either his own Heaven's Halberd, or he might be looking into a butterfly himself.
the downside is that there's gonna be there's already a hex on OD, and I was gonna say there might be a hex on the Timbersaw, but it's actually heading towards a Halberd. So it's actually gonna prevent the right clicks as well, and that's really big against a hero like Gyrocopter as we head into a later portion of the game. Now with a 7-second BKB, the Halberd becomes better and better because, of course, lower duration on that magic immunity means that it's gonna be easier to cancel his right clicks. The DD rune running out on Loda.
Spectre also now has himself Manta. Where's... Heart's never going to arrive, man.
No, he decided to go for Manta first, and I'm a little bit, not sure which I like more, but I think the Manta style is great. Your illusions are so strong when you play Spectre, especially having, you have Desolate that works for your illusions, you have the Diffusal Blade working for your illusions, you just have really powerful illusions. And with all the slows you have, you can get many right clicks off.
And Joe, just walking solo past those illusions. But it looks solo to Alliance, but Alliance know better than that. Already the TP out from EGM. And Alliance,
Yeah.
everybody moves back to the tier 2 tower.
They know that there's a smoke.
Does this almost give you a bit of a flashback to IG versus LGDCN? Nowhere near on the level of what happened during that game at
No,
TI.
that was different. And there's an MKB finished up on Spirit Bear, so he won't care too much about the evasion on Timbersaw. But you're correct. In those games, people were very, very cautious about those smokes. And we had many points where people on both teams just stood at their tier 3 waiting for like 45 seconds.
Someone show yourself on the
It
lane.
was like, no one is showing, guys, don't go out. And both
And
teams
even
did the
right
same.
now, like it's just turning into this whole one person showing on a lane from each team, and each team says it's obviously bait.
Yeah, it's obviously bait. And Meanwhile, Joe on bottom lane, he's just like, guys, I'm fake baiting. It's good. I can farm.
So, okay, here's a better place for Alliance to wait. Right on top of a Rosh pit when they have a double damage rune also. They're going to babysit this for a lot longer because Roshan is 10 seconds away.
This Roshan fight looks good for Alliance, but with that past fight result, they still don't have this fight in the bag. Like, IG are so strong.
Well, let's see now. Familiars come in, and they'll already see, like, RK spots them coming. Oh, a Familiar almost dying straight away. Getting it back in there. Spectre now going to horn in. RK probably going to be the main target. And GM again says, you instantly Spectre horn. No fun. Look at the grouping. IG all together. Timber Chain will get him away in Fate. Leone will drop down by the OD loader. He's man fighting with the Satanic. He's doing it. It might be enough. Joe's still there. EGM actually dying to the spill damage, but Joe does go down. The Bear is chasing down Chon. There will be buybacks right now from the Spectre. Chon, the last one. He is burning.
He's gonna go down.
He is burning, and he is not burning. He is actually dead, Chon.
He is not burning indeed. So that fight was such a huge win for Alliance. That beautiful catch by EGM, catching everyone together and Loda dropping the call down.
That 4-man position, man.
Making for a very easy fight. Wow. That was really impressive.
That was also IG. Like, IG should have been aware of that too.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same maneuver that Alliance ran last time they did the Rosh pit. Spectre haunts, throw the ulti out.
It's a really good counter against Spectre. Like, as soon as the haunt comes in, you cancel all that damage, except for the Radiance, of course. But this far into a game, 47 minutes now, the Radiance alone is not the heavy damage from Spectre. It's the right clicks. And if you can cancel all that right-click damage from her ulti, it's a big thing.
And now they take Roshan with no contest.
And that's a cheese as well.
So who takes the cheese? Loda?
And will Loda buy a Divine? No, he buys the MKB.
Loda!
It's the better decision at
Why
this
you
point.
know, man?
It's the better decision, especially as there's evasion on this Timbersaw.
Especially when you're going up against IG. It's probably the better reason. I know I put in my compendium that there will actually be very few rapiers. Because it's TI3. You're not going to make a risk by picking up a rapier. The only time you pick up a rapier is if you have a gyro and you know you're about 30,000 gold behind. It's the only time you'll ever want to do such a thing.
I would argue that you can do it in many times, but in this game, I think it's good just going MKB.
And they come. Bear to focus. OD already with the imprisonment. That 4-star from the Bear. They're trying to get rid of it as fast as possible. Admiral Bulldog still within the resummon. And Loda just pops the BKB, pops the flag cannon. Already did a lot of damage to IG. And with the call down, it keeps Ferrari and Faith off the tower. But Shakram also causing issues for Alliance. They throw the Spectral Dagger out. It's keeping a couple of the Alliance players out. Most of the creep wave is actually still up for Alliance, but Alliance themselves just want to back up a little bit more. They are not wanting to overextend up against IG.
Yeah, big poke, but they don't want to do anything like last time when they pushed on the bottom lane and have such losses again. So just playing more control this time.
Admiral Bulldogs, I think, yeah, its Bear's already back at base.
Yeah, that's a strong Bear as well.
He needs time for it to heal. He might also be looking for something else. Look at his gold. It's up to 3.1k gold on him.
Yeah, maybe even a crit. We could see it. And he goes for a Mithril Hammer. So he's gonna go for a BKB.
You think
It's
BKB
gonna be
Bear?
the BKB Bear. Yeah. It will be.
Wouldn't be against it. We've
Yeah,
only
he's
seen
done,
it.
He's done it before.
Well, only once before. That was like, gee.
No, I've seen it sometimes. Like more than once, but no, maybe it was someone else than him doing it.
The most famous time he did it was at the G1 League Finals.
Oh yeah.
In Snare, catches down Joe, and now Ferrari, probably the bigger one. Rocket Barrage, that goes after really helping Loda to do the damage, and now EGM buys some space, and who do they focus on? Call down, YYF and Joe. YYF the main focus, the instant one they go for. Faith over on the side, it's just big flat cannon damage throughout all angles. Chuan, he's trying to fight in the middle of this, actually doing pretty damn well to stay alive, until finally he's put down by Loda. But Admiral Bulldog gets a triple kill.
For CM. Entire team is dead, and CM. I believe that now IG are just talking about what they want to do next game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
GG.
This is them talking a little bit, but GG, well played. What a game. By far the best game so far of this group stage from our end.
Hell yes. We're going to wrap it up with, well, I say wrap it up.
We're going for another, man.
Yeah, there we are,
There's
man.
no wrapping up.
No, that's only one game of Alliance versus IG, so make sure you stay tuned. We'll be back here in a little bit. While we await, we will await the second game. There's still more games coming up as well tonight. In fact, let me just bring up my schedule over on the side as far as what is coming up for us on this live stream. Next game coming up this is going to be Fnatic EU going up against Mousesports. So we go all European affair for that one.
Exactly.
And then Alliance versus Rattlesnake. The wildcard winners will go up against Alliance. And while you look at that, that's actually going to be a pretty critical game here for Alliance too. The amount of games you win to help you secure those top 4 positions, it's going to be a big thing. Like, this is only day 1 of 3 days of the group stage.
Yep.
So there's a hell of a lot more action coming up.
There is.
It's going to be beautiful. So stay tuned.
But first of all, game 2.
Yeah, game 2, IG versus Alliance. It ain't over yet. It's another marathon to run. We'll see you guys shortly.